Oh, we're a nutty bunch.
Yep, definitely. It is all good. Y'all just bear with me. We're gonna get everybody up. This is a very special scenario because for the people that are watching, we are 100% live. Most of you guys go to YouTube and see Roots and Routes podcast and take a look at the Instagram and try to get a better understanding of what life is abroad. But tonight we are actually bringing it to you live. So if you are watching this somewhere, I can see the comments. They can't, but I can. So I'll make certain that anything that you guys may want to know or have a comment or question, we'll get those answered. That is not a problem. Let's see.
We 30 minutes late.
We on time. We on time. So having problems with Instagram, that's gonna do what it do. But we are live on everywhere else. And welcome back to Roots and Routes. I'm happy to see everybody. I got some good news from Tisha yesterday. She is coming here to Medellin, and hopefully we can coax Akeem to get out here with us so we can do all this live. Me and Mr. Lay went to dinner this week. And that was a good time. Shout out to Chef Dior and Akiota Traditional. But tonight we are actually going to be getting in some real stuff. You guys have probably been inundated, which I know you are, with news. News that impacts travel from 1,000 different ways. We're going to talk about some things that you're familiar with, maybe a little bit controversial, but that's why we're here. But we're also going to talk about some things that probably are on the top of your heads when considering both living in the United States, remaining there, as well as what your life is going to look like when and if you do go move abroad. So, without further ado, let us get into it because I know I am looking at the United States news cycle and I'm like, all right. I think today was Diddy verdict. And, that's not why we're here, but I did see that the Diddy verdict was going on, and that was like breaking news, CNN. But what I'm seeing this whole thing now is where we like on the cusp of World War III. Like, are y'all starting to get the feeling of that is going on?
It's crazy stuff going on still.
Yeah.
Every day. It's a surprise.
We still on the cusp of. I thought your boy solved that. I thought he negotiated a ceasefire. Are we still?
My boy. I don't have any orange-skinned friends, my brother. I don't have any orange-skinned friends, my brother. Nah, ceasefire. It really kind of hit me though. I'll be honest with you because, everybody here has been in the abroad space for quite some time, and you've seen a lot of different things shift. But one of the things that kind of stuck out to me, and I had shared this with you guys, was my homegirl. She lives in. I know I'm saying it wrong, but the Philly in me is just want to call it Qatar. I think it's called Qatar. And she was
Qatar.
Qatar.
I used to live there.
So. Yeah, I was about to say.
I said the Philly in me is wanting to call it.
Right.
Has been referencing it as Qatar, but Qatar, and she lives over there as she teaches English, and she was always telling me how beautiful it was, and it was so peaceful and it was really safe. And you obviously know what happened at this point. They sent some things over there and it was a panic. And a lot of people said, that's why I don't live abroad. Because that's what's going to happen as soon as I go to live. And I think that's where a lot of people are seeing what's going on around the world. Like, this is why I'm safer in the United States, which we all know is cap.
Right.
Well, the other thing too, so like I said, I used to live there and I actually worked on the base that they that the missiles were fired on. So I had checked in with my students and stuff because I worked with the Qatari military, so there were most likely some of my students having to be involved in that, being alert. And I checked in with my friends who still live there and stuff, with some of them, and the thing is, the Iranian leader spoke out, you know, and already alerted them and let them know, you know what I mean? So none of my friends felt like afraid or you know, like something was gonna really hurt them. Like they were notified in advance. And I do know several of them, like some of them had traveled afterwards. So but yeah, I mean, I think it's just it was a safety thing, like as far as being locked down. Cause I was actually there for the COVID lockdown, you know, and
Hmm.
so I was there when it was like no travel in and out. Also. So but it wasn't like a scary thing, like, oh my God, I gotta get out, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, at least they had time to prepare.
I
Mhm.
think that happens too. I think everybody does stuff, not saying your friend, but a lot of it be clickbait, like to get views up on it on socials, because at some point you got to know if there's a bomb or there's something happening like that, there has to be a lockdown. Like come
Yeah.
on, everybody, like it
Why
has
would
to
you
be
get
a
in an airplane when there's missiles flying? Like that's
exactly. So
yeah.
it's like I think with everything that keeps happening, we're so many people are so quick to jump and have an opinion and just push this narrative, and then in 3 days or 7 days it all changes, and now everybody's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. So I think people need to like truly stop folk. If you come into me, I'm very into spiritual and frequency. Stop watching it. You can't do anything about it. It always work out in our favor. We need to really just focus on elevating our frequency, what we can control, and just and what we want to create in life. I think all that ups and downs, that's what it's for, right? It's nothing you can do. It's
The fear
really
monger.
nothing you can do. It's fear mongering. So I think that's just my answer on that. A lot of people like, oh, you don't speak on politics, you don't speak on that, because it's not in my aura. It's not. It doesn't matter to me. I'm the president. My husband is the president. You know, like so. It's a lot. I want. That's what I want for everybody to just like stop focusing on that stuff and just like, how can I make my life better? How can I be living the life I truly want to live? That's just my take on it. Hakeem, what you think?
I think I think it's something that we should all be paying attention to because it's something that impacts all of us.
That's
Um,
true.
it's one way or another. I mean, what you believe is what you believe, but this is going to be in the history books. This moment, if I live for another 20 to 30 years, I'll be able to talk about this moment where we were on the threshold of World War III. And
Mhm.
I'll be able to talk about how I felt. Be able to talk about closed airspace and the truth about how it started and who initiated what. So, I'm just keeping my eyes on it. All media sources, social media, mainstream media, not really giving, there's not really much we can do about it either way. So I get what you're talking about on T-shirt. All we control is what we control. We can't control that. But definitely, I guess in a weird way, I want to see when it's coming. So,
Well,
yeah.
I think it drives a lot of hesitation because as people that live abroad, never mind anything that we do, you're automatically going to get calls or text or messages about, well, what's going on over there? Is everything okay? And then, as people that are in spaces where we're catering to people that it may be their first time abroad, you oftentimes run into that because they may not want to come because of what they see and how things are positioned within the media back at home, or they may come and act like so. What was that? What was that? You ever seen somebody like they actually got to Colombia, but they scary?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they scary because they've heard everything that, and so when I looked at what is going on here in the United States, and how's it coming across on you guys? One, Akeem's back there now, but two, just what's been coming across your laps with some of the stuff that y'all get, because I know it comes across minds, and I'm like, yeah, things go on, but don't forget that this went on and does go on in the United States. I think that's where the people forget because they're in the United States, so it's easy for them. Whereas something goes on outside of the United States, they're like, "That's why I don't live there because so and
Right.
so shot." And I'm like,
I
"Jay,
think,
okay."
yeah, I think it comes down to the devil you know versus the devil you don't. I
I
think
got
for most people, you know, I was born here. I know the streets. I know my neighborhoods. I know how to avoid, you know, certain scenarios. I know how to keep myself safe um, here. Whereas in another country, I don't know the layout of the land, so I may be more vulnerable to whatever dark side or criminal activities out there that I may not be aware of. I may not recognize it. Like we're here, you know, I see a cop sitting on the side of the road. You know, I know to slow down. I know to make sure that I'm, you know, or if I see a certain person walk into a mall with a trench coat, all right, y'all, it's time to go.
y'all know it. Yo, I got the
Oh my
craziest thing,
Yo,
but
God.
you said that. I seen a dude walking in Colombia with the trench coat, and I was like, "Where is main man going?" Like I had a beat on him because I'm like, "Hold on, I know that trench
yeah,
coat." And I told my girl, I said, "Yo, I felt so bad because maybe like 10 minutes later, he like disappeared." And I'm like, "Where'd he go?" 10 minutes later, he was picking up his girl from the museum. They went
yeah,
walking, holding hands, and I'm like, "Yo, America that got me bad," because I was like, "That
yeah,
trench coat, I know about that trench coat, bro."
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So, you know, back to what I said, that when people talk about safety, it boils down to the devil you know versus the trouble you know versus the trouble you don't. So, you know,
But that's a crazy way to live. Like, I don't know. I think I've done so much work on myself. I just can't even understand that fear-based um like stagnation. I don't understand it. I don't subscribe to it. I don't even want to. Yeah, it's weird, but I totally get it. I need to have, I guess, a feelings for other people. But if I could shake you, if we all could shake you guys, the fear, the level of uncertainty, the stress, we don't feel
yeah,
it living abroad. No matter how many times y'all see something on the news or anything like that, we are over here having a great life. And it's horrible to say that sometimes because I feel bad, like I'm boasting. But I would rather take anything going wrong over here than that energy over there. Like even if they went to lockdown, I'm fine. If you, I don't know how to make explain that in the right way, but guys, go out and live your life. Just go out and live your life.
Nah, that's
Yeah, no,
real.
I agree. And what I'll add to that is I know sometimes it's frustrating when you're trying to explain to people what the quality of life is abroad, but
we weren't always in this, you know, we weren't always this aware, you know. So I
Mhm.
was give it 5 to 10 years, and because so many people are asking, even now, more people who haven't even traveled. There are people who don't even have passports who are
Mm-hmm.
talking about living abroad, who are curious about living abroad. So I was saying about the next decade to by 2035.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? July 1st, 2035. Come back and let's touch this subject, and we'll see how things have shifted. And so many more people, once they've gotten their things together, have left the country. So many
Yeah.
people. That was a topic at the Black Travel Expo. We had the Black Travel Expo in Atlanta this weekend, and we were talking
Yes.
about
About to.
shout out to Maurice Foley with he's the visionary, and he created that platform. That was one of the things that came up. Like, how easy is it to move abroad?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it wasn't one. It was like so many people in the audience were asking that question: how easy is it to move abroad? How easy
Mm-hmm.
is it to live abroad? And you know, I talked about my expenses, and people were ready to sign up right then on the spot. You know
Mm-hmm.
how much I paid for an apartment in college. under
Mm-hmm.
$300. So that there had people ready. But then when you get into the cost of living, when you get into healthcare, you know, people like us, talking about the benefits, health insurance, security, the cost of food and utilities and things like that. It's going to take us to be the example
Yeah.
and to welcome people over into our spaces to visit and to see how we live.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, you preaching right now, and that's definitely a good message because a lot of people don't know where to start, and I'm seeing the people jumping in on the live, and you might be trying to figure out what to do, and that's a big step, that first step. And I know that Tisha and Miss Chalet and I, we're actually going to be on a relocation conference coming up July 12th. So I will tell you, go to moodtravelcolumbia.com. Today is actually the last day for super early bird tickets. So it is a discount. You guys can get a ticket for $30 for general admission. Tomorrow it will go to $40 for your still early bird tickets. But if you are a person that is like, I'm looking to move abroad, I'm looking to move to Columbia, but I don't know any lawyers, I don't know any real estate people. You mentioned healthcare as a big thing. You need real advice from people that are actually living here on how much things cost. This is not the conversation for that, but that is a platform that exists that you can tap into. So make sure you guys go
Yeah.
to moodtravelcolumbia.com. Today is the last day for super early bird special. Only $30. You guys can see, I think it's 11. I'm the 12th speaker. 12 speakers, 12 different speakers covering all of the things that you need to move abroad. But you're right.
Cool.
Everybody don't know what to do, man.
Right.
And they're, because they don't know what to do, they could be in a scenario where they're like, well, that's off the table because I already didn't know how to do it. And, everything around the world is going on because unfortunately, everybody has not gone through that like self-cleanse, you know what I mean, teacher? Like where they've gotten to the level of, I feel like I've gotten to there, and it's definitely taken a long time. But I think it has also been accelerated by living abroad and
Yes.
the experiences that I've had. But I'm also a crazy person. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm scared of heights. Yet I have gone skydiving at 13,500 feet. I have gone paragliding out here at 5,000 feet. It doesn't
Wait.
track. It does. Yep. I'm with you.
13,000. You said 13,000.
On
Yeah.
my birthday.
What the hell is that, bro?
13,500 feet skydiving on my birthday. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah.
But I'm scared of heights. But I'm not the person that is going to let my fears stop me from living life to the best way possible. Like, that is what she's talking about. But not
Yes.
everybody is there yet. So you got so much going on in the United States. The immigration, us being on the other side, but I'm looking back in and I'm like, yo, immigration in the United States is a whole thing right now because we are immigrants into another country. Yet when I go back to, United States and from a flight in Colombia, defying 3.5 hours, I can't even get off the jet bridge without seeing ICE agents. And I'm like, where is the humanity in what I'm seeing now going on in the United States? It seems like it's just microwaved unhumaneness going on. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's crazy.
For sure.
It's insane. I had that same thought. I was looking at the have you seen where I'm here? So I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's an abandoned airport in the Everglades in Florida that they've turned into a prison camp or a what do you call it? It's going to be a holding camp where they hold the undocumented people, and they're calling it Alligator Alcatraz.
I saw him saying something. I didn't know what he was
Alligator
talking about.
Alcatraz. Now, I'm only touching on this because you talked about how inhumane this is. They actually talked about how the airport, the abandoned airport, the land that they're on is surrounded by swamps and alligators and snakes. So he's like, yeah, we've got the added security of alligators. Like, what the hell is
told
that?
him, I saw him saying something about alligators, but I would have lost all the money in the bank account if I would have bet on what it was having to do
No,
with.
but he's literally, and I had to check myself. I had to zone in on what he was saying. He's literally saying if they try to escape and they get past security, they'll be eaten by alligators. With a straight face on national, international platforms, international media, international news networks. Like, what the hell is going on? Where are we?
We're in America that always
It's
do
really,
things wrong.
it's really sick.
That's it.
Is that Michelle?
Yeah, I said it's just it's really sick what's going on. And I'm from LA, so we have a lot of Latinos, in LA. And
Your audio is it's a little. Is it just me?
No,
No.
it's low. It's low.
It's like
Well,
distorted.
are being
Okay. Yeah, we having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we having a hard time hearing you, Michelle. But we'll get back to her once she can internet issues or indoor audio. Yeah, it's interesting to see. It's like that's why the title that everybody can see is what is going on.
America being America.
I can't begin to ask
Yeah.
you. I mean to answer it like directly, but you're right. America being America is just like juvenile, 400 degrees. It's not even 100 degrees anymore. It's 400 of them. It's 400. It's 4 times the amount of insanity that we usually see in 1 year from any presidency versus this is just July 1st. Like we're
not
just
even
here
a
now.
year in, bro. We're not
And there's
even
3 more of them after that.
We're not even a year in.
These are things that it definitely I bring these conversations because, like I said, I know that you guys get people that are interested in this, but then they start to have pause for cause, or they start to look at things in a way where, is this a reality for us? And is this a reality for me? Welcome back.
Sorry, but y'all, I am having the most. Listen, the folks don't want me to speak on this, okay? Clearly.
Columbia's Wi-Fi is not a representation of Michelet's connection.
No, this is
Please
my
know
it's
this.
my personal. I hope.
Wait a
y'all
minute.
clear.
What city are you in?
Hold on now. They gonna come for you, bro.
Don't play,
Is it-
don't play.
Are you're not in Cali, are you?
Nah.
Are you in Cali, Michelle?
Nah, I'm not.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
I
We don't have
am in Medellin, bro. This is so. Next time you come to Medellin, I'm gonna find somebody to give you a hug, a país a hug, man, because you have not been welcome right here.
No. You should come back when we all are there so we can show you a good time.
I'll
Am I
be
better
there.
now?
I'll be in Medellin for sure in August. In August, I'll be in Medellin, I'll be in San Andres, and I'll definitely be in Cali. 3 cities.
So this is what happens when you travel and you meet your friends and your family abroad. You gotta like play like hopscotch with people in different cities. Like Mr. Lay hit me immediately and was like, did you see that Kendrick Lamar is going to be in Mexico City in September?
Immediately.
So now it's like a thing that we're like snowballing to try to get like, we were all at dinner like, so you going to be in Mexico City? You going to be in Mexico City?
When is
We
this?
all in Medellin in September.
When is September? September is my birthday.
September
27th. I already got my ticket.
See,
Y'all are.
plotting and scheming and plotting.
Who are y'all? Who are
September
y'all?
23rd. It's a Tuesday.
I just had to secure mine, okay? You don't.
I'm gonna just say she sent all us the text, but she didn't send us a text to say I'm about to buy now.
I wasn't.
So you mean to tell me
okay?
we all going to Mexico, but we can't sit together, Michelle?
Huh?
Wait a minute, why are we buying the what for Mexico?
No, I'm saying I got mine already for Bogota. I had to just secure a spot that I'm seeing a period.
Oh, when is Bogota?
That's the 23rd. No, the 27th of September.
Okay.
The 23rd is in Mexico City.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm
look, I'm about to be up in both, so don't you even worry.
They not like us. They not like us.
Okay.
Listen,
And Espanol, listen, that song is the biggest diss song I have ever heard globally because people do not speak English, but they say this is not like they not like us. On Cartagena
Yeah.
streets, Medellin streets, the kids come up to you and sing the whole song and don't know English besides that. Shout out to Kendrick for that, getting the people
Yeah.
together.
Shout
But
out to Drake.
oh
we
Lord.
about to get into a beef.
Change the
Shout out to
subject. Change the
listen.
subject, okay?
Shout
Why
out
you
to
always
Drake
got
for
me?
bringing us all together.
Shout out to Drake. I
Shout
mean,
out
I
to
would only
Drake.
go to
Drake's
Kendrick
demise
Lamar.
brought us all together. You're right.
I would only go to Kendrick Lamar because it's in Colombia. But if we were in the States, I would never, ever, ever.
Keisha,
I don't even think I'm going.
Well,
girl,
first of
okay.
all,
Listen, we're gonna
Drake
have
is
to change the
Canadian.
subject because I love Tisha too much. Okay, we don't want to get too deep into this. All right.
Yo, that's funny, man.
Never.
It's always some beef on this pod with you, bro.
Listen, we can't go there. Okay, I
So-
love my
so-
sister. I'm my sister's keeper.
What are the people saying? You're live and you can read the comments. Are the people
I don't see anything in the
engaging?
there go a comment. As soon as you said something.
And shout out to everybody who's watching. I know I dropped it in the Live We Do group. Everybody, if you're watching, thanks for supporting. Thanks for tuning in.
Sonia says, love the show. Fear is not from God. Live your lives. And I'm thankful for the assistance of all you offer others interested in living outside the USA. I'll be booking Santa Marta next to visit. Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
We'll be
Yes.
waiting for you.
Come on out. And if you guys don't know, we will also have Santa Marta on here. So the virtual relocation tour does cover Medellin, but it also covers Santa Marta. That's where Tisha comes in. She is the one-stop shop for everything that you need. Come Santa Marta. And she
I
will
heard they
connect.
got a good wing. I heard they got good wings out there. Somebody got a restaurant or something.
She the wing lady. Girl,
Who?
I've been told you.
That's her
I knew
restaurant.
about you and heard about you.
Who is
The
that?
best.
Who
It's
is
her
that?
spot. It's
That's
her.
Tisha,
you the one.
Tisha.
the best
I
wings
told
in
didn't I
Yo,
tell you
Marta.
when I first met
You see that? Your
I
name
told
rings
you.
bells. Yeah, whatever you're
Yeah.
doing out there, it's everywhere. And I don't even realize. Forgive me. I'm in the presence of royalty. I am not worthy. But no,
Yeah.
that business is all in because we're in the Black in Colombia Facebook community.
Uh-huh.
And that that wings in Santa Marta come up all the time.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you.
I have a lot of people fly here just to go to the restaurant. So we're very grateful. We're gonna expand this year. But yeah, the best wings of Santa Marta.
Okay.
Told
Yeah.
you was
All right.
free.
You need to, if it's the best wings in Santa Marta, you need to open something in Medellin because they
Yo.
they are. That's a great
There's a
idea.
difference between strays and you being a sniper. It's like
He be
I mean,
sniping the food in Medellin. But I've looked. I would say
Is it
this.
not a great idea?
No, but I'm gonna go to all of the smaller cities first and then come to the larger ones. So our next location will be in Barranquilla.
Barranquilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, hopefully Medellin, because Medellin gets a lot of international traffic.
They
That's
do,
it.
but Medellin also has a lot of different business rules. And it's a lot of yeah, I would say that. I think things are a lot easier to do here in Santa Marta. Barranquilla has,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bureaucracy and and Medellin already established, so a lot of people really they don't need us over there.
Okay.
But
I got you.
it's still on the table, but just down the list, right? It's just down the
Okay.
list.
So now I definitely got to come to Santa Marta.
You have to.
I
You
must.
have to.
Yeah.
I must.
been telling you, bro.
Yes.
I
When I
must.
first met you, I
Okay.
said, I've heard about you. I just didn't know your name.
Yeah, you
I
did.
heard about you, and I've been telling people I haven't even gone, but I'm like the people that told me because Michelet told me, and I was like, Michelet, if you come down here, she has put me on to so many different great
Yeah.
restaurants. Akeem, so many different great restaurants. Where in
Where?
Medellin?
In
In
Medellin?
Medellin?
No, no, you're not gonna do that, Hakeem. You know, Medellin is lit. The food is lit.
It is. It is. It is. Let me tell you,
Pero
when I go to Medellin, I have to do all my evasive maneuvers as I'm walking down the street because Medellin is so lit.
it's a good
It
time.
is very lit. I have to duck. I have to jump out of reach of a certain demographic of people.
You the man.
I,
You know,
it's in a neighborhood that you said you don't go to.
yeah, I don't. So I don't go to Yeras. I don't. That's
Yeah,
just. I don't. It's just not going to be for me.
but for us tourists, we don't know anywhere else to go. And if you're not looking for, it's unfortunate, but you know,
I don't even live
I
in
lost my train
Medellin.
of thought. What are we talking about?
I can even take you to some places
You
in
leading us
Medellin.
into the Yeras conversation because that is what everybody knows about Yeras and people are out here and that is not a Medellin movement or a Colombia thing. It's like the PBs. You asked that what that was earlier,
The
Tisha.
peanut butter and jelly.
The peanut butter and jelly boys, the 50 boys.
Over
the,
in Yadas.
and it's ladies too. It's a part of this travel movement that is out to meet
Yeah.
strangers, dating abroad, and
Wait a minute. There's some words I don't know. Wait a minute. The peanut butter and jellies. What is? Wait a minute. My mind going real bad that I can't say
Go
it out
back
loud
to
on
go
here.
back to the group chat. Go back to the group chat.
every time disappearing messages on, she be like, that chat happened five
Oh my
weeks
God.
ago. Tisha, the
Yeah.
PBs are the passport bros, the
Oh
passport
yes.
sisters, the movement.
Y'all,
Yeah,
The
I was
yeah.
thinking about peanut and jelly in the boot.
They're coming. They're gonna come and
Yeah.
they're actually gonna. Y'all mentioned in Santa Marta, Barranquilla, San Andres. They already run Cartagena and Medellin from a Colombia perspective. The more people find out about the places that we're talking about, more people will take that one extra flight.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is because unfortunately Michelet's Tigo internet is going terrible right now, but movie star plan is just messed up. We talked about this because we got folks that are from here,
Mm-hmm.
and Americans come with a thought process of things are cheap,
Mm-hmm.
and the unique opportunity to date somebody when you go on vacation or transactions, whatever, it is often a more abundantly presented than in the United States. So a lot of people aren't used to having that. And what we forget that, yes, you may be there to have fun, but I get my homegirls, excuse me, like, I'm in Yeras and people are coming up to me like I'm somebody that's like that just because I'm dressed nice going to a dinner. And I think that runs into things that ultimately impact us, even though we're not a part of it. I'll give you an example. Somebody might tune in right now. When I go clip things up, and even on the long form stuff, people tune in. They may not hear anything that I say. I might say, you don't need to come to Colombia and do this. You don't need to come here and do you. This is how you should be in a positive way. But mi cara immediately positions, oh, you're here for sex and drugs and or for things that are negative to my community. So
yeah.
the whole movement, even if I'm not a part of it, it's
Yeah.
still going to impact me in the way that, at least from a guy's perspective, I think it's been more negatively I want to say negatively positioned. I think it's just got a lot more like steam. Like this is what's going on. Where maybe on the women's side it's a little bit more covert, but it does impact us even when we're not involved with it, because our mere presence, we may not be able to be given the benefit of the doubt, because people will
Right.
say, all I see is black man and all I see is pound sign Columbia or
Yeah.
indoor Columbia, and you one of them. Here go the
Mhm.
Yeah.
paintbrush.
True story. True story. When I
Mhm.
was working with the Secretary of Culture in Cali to promote Afro tourism, you know, initially everything was good. I'm thinking everything is good. Maybe 6 months later, down the line, they pulled me to the side, like, yo, we was looking at you from the side, like we weren't sure, like why you were really here.
Mm.
They were like, we weren't sure if you were we weren't sure what your motive was. Even though I had been in Cali for years, like bringing people to do cultural tours, um, that still is it's so prevalent that that's one of the first things they think of when they see us in their space. And it's interesting because that's not even not saying that it's not a thing in Cali, but Cali is not a place that they flock to, because Cali, they don't speak a lot of English in Cali.
Mhm.
So you won't find a lot of them there, but you still, still a few of them get through. And it's well known in Colombia that that's why a lot of men travel from the U.S. to Colombia for women. It's well known. So, like you said, we do catch strays on that. We do get judged for that.
I believe so too. I've had this conversation with my husband. He was like, I couldn't imagine being here without you because I see the looks. Like if he didn't have me walking with him pretty much everywhere, they assumed too that he was part of that group. I don't really try to get involved with what people do and don't do, but I will say two things. One, nothing, nothing is worth risking your life for. That's the only part about it that I do not understand. And then the second piece, it does make me angry because they make it seem like only black men are coming to do this.
No, it's
That is
got
my frustration.
a black face like
That that
immediately.
that
And
is
we
my
just start
frustrated
traveling,
piece.
period. And then we just became the mascot for it. Like
Exactly.
Right,
that
right, right.
kills me. I'm like,
That's what angers me, right? Because I live in Santa Marta and you guys see a lot in Medellin. Yeah, we're there, but here all I see is Europeans, Germans, Londons, Canada. Like I don't even see what you guys see that they see in Cartagena and all that. I don't get to see that. And
Right.
so it infuriates me when I'm like, "Ah, it's not us. And it's not us. I don't think it's us going to that extent that they go to sometime, right? So that's my frustration. But I will say to everybody, nothing is worth risking your life. And just to be safe, just to be safe. But that we have to get that narrative away from black men because it's not just us. And people are having
Right.
so many hard times with this. I have people who have purchased properties in different cities and then they're being targeted thinking that that's why they're there, and people have investments involved. It's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff involved, and how it just became us. Like I just, that is crazy to me. Trust me, if they ever ran the numbers,
Yeah,
it
but
would
they
not
know,
just.
they know because when you talk about it, um, whenever you do find locals and we have conversations about it, they'll tell you the worst things that happen are, they're not us. So
Exactly.
when I say the worst things, I'm talking about underage things and the drugs and things like that. So they know. It's just that we're low hanging fruit. You know,
Yeah.
um, nobody's going to step in. Nobody's going to protect us. So I'm glad shout out to you, Tisha, for sticking up for black men because
Yeah.
you
appreciate that.
know
No,
that's
I don't know
all
nothing
we
but
got to
high
do.
caliber men. And I hate that they get that stigma. I have men who's purchased houses from me have never done any of that. But
Right,
they're here. There some of them are divorced, or some of them just want another life. Some of them are veterans.
right,
And they get that stigma. They get that look. They get that that energy and that frequency, and it's not
Yeah,
fair. It's not
yeah,
fair.
it's not.
You know what I think it is as we're sitting here talking about it? Um, I think we can all agree. Black American culture is a global like phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right,
And what I think is happening is not the masses, but I think the virality of seeing it, maybe the way that it's packaged, maybe the way that they're talking about it. Not certain what the actual heel of it is, but I
Uh-huh.
think that's maybe what got the legs. It now looks like something that like is getting all of this attention. Whereas we know people have been even documenting these kind of things for quite some time, and it just didn't catch on as quickly as the Passport Bros. I think there was, remember when they were coming out with the AI dolls,
Mm-hmm.
like the little AI, it was a picture, but it was like a AI action figure. You could put
Mm-hmm.
on. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know you didn't see that. People will be like, I'm a group travel curator, and I got my. Imagine an action figure like a box, but it's an
Mm-hmm.
AI, but it looks just like you. And they were circulating something down here in Colombia where it was like, oh, the Passport Bros action figure, and it was a black guy with a Magnum
yeah.
condom and
Oh, okay,
blue
okay,
pills
okay,
and
okay, okay, okay.
it was the passive aggressiveness that can come anywhere in the world being a black person where it was like ha 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 likes comments all in a general Colombian chat, and I was like, this is so crazy. And but that's why some of the comments and Akeem's like, just get rid of them, dude, because some of them I'm like, there's no way that you heard anything that I said 10 seconds, 20 seconds, because all you're saying is go back home, sex and tourism, gringo, we don't want you here. And it's like, that's because the virality of the package of the Passport Bros is a Black American package. Those are the ones that didn't say I'm a Passport Bro, but they said I'm doing this and this is what's going on. And that's where we're running into now, where it kind of trickles down into people that aren't even involved with it.
Right,
I think for the last 3 years, we've had an uptick in travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are not afraid to travel anymore. It makes more sense to leave for where you are. So we've had that increase in travel. So that's also happening. And at the same time, you have a country that had already had sex tourism, right? So let's be honest. Let us all start talking. So, and I love Colombia, but this was already here. This was already a thing. It just everything we do, we magnify it, right? So
right.
they were already coming. The other people were already coming doing this. But then it's just like we just came out of nowhere. We make it shinier, we make it louder, we make it glossier, we make it, excuse me, aggressive. And so
Yeah,
you can't do nothing but see us. Our aura is there, right? But the negativity behind it is not. How do they change it, right? How do they make it into a true travel group? I don't know.
yeah. And I'm not against anybody. I encourage people to travel. I'm not against. I don't judge anybody for what they travel for. Sex tourism, medical tourism, ecotourism, vacationers.
Hair transplants, because
Yeah,
I'm coming
yeah,
back.
all of that. That's your business. And I would actually like to hear someone who a self-proclaimed passport bro. I would love to hear them speak um, and give context to who they are, and you know, I'd be open to a conversation with a passport bro or passport person because women travel for the sex tourism.
Hmm.
Funny thing, in the travel group. Well, I won't name the travel group, but years ago,
For the name dropping
around
hard, like pink.
2018, 2017, I remember some young ladies. There were some ladies in this travel group talking about. One lady was complaining because they went to the DR. There was a group of ladies. They went to the DR, and they met some young men. And she said because she was dark skinned, she got charged extra.
Wow.
So there are women out there who are, in that lifestyle,
Absolutely.
They paying for it?
and they're just as
Absolutely.
Breaking
vocal
news on
about
this
it as.
platform. I didn't know that. I just thought, like,
Absolutely. There's documentaries, there's Netflix movies. Shoot, I was about
Yeah.
to put some tours
Can I,
together for my ladies.
can I chime in on this? Can I chime in on
Oh
this?
yes,
welcome
welcome
back. We
Y'all
were
back.
have
waiting for you, sis.
my bad, y'all. Dang, I don't know why today, but I'm having all the technical difficulties. But y'all hear me okay now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so well yes, on this topic I've been listening even though I've been off. But yeah, like I think the thing is like what pretty much all of y'all have spoken on is that when it comes to black people, like of course the people who you see especially labeling themselves as passport bros are black guys, like bragging, like a lot of them, right? Like not all of them, but like
yeah.
look at the use of social media, of the YouTube podcast and the vlogging and stuff. Is like, hey y'all, they love us out here, you know what I mean? And when you see a lot, not all obviously, but like, when you're down in Parkage areas, who are you seeing? You can tell they come, you can tell the same, you can know where they come from, right? Like by how they dress, how they're like carrying themselves, right? It's a thing like that. We do make it shinier, right? More like, hey
Yeah.
y'all. However, it is a thing. I don't think that the sex tourism or like the act of having sex with people paying for it is the thing that's being demonized. Because honestly, like my experience from living and traveling throughout Africa, it's a whole thing. There are a lot of European women who've been going down and getting taken care of, okay, in
Yes.
other places, right? Like
Yes.
it's
Getting
not
taken
that
care
is
of.
a thing that's
That's what you
not.
call it. Getting taken care of
I'm
in
just
other
saying,
places.
Getting taken
I
care
didn't
of.
want to, what was naturally going to
That's
come
the
out. I didn't
T-shirt.
want that
That's
to
a
come out.
T-shirt.
So,
I'm gonna make
huh?
one for Columbia. Getting taken care
I'm
of.
just saying they were going there. They went out to get some needs met. Okay. So, but like, this is the thing, right? And I think where it gets muddy is where it gets wrong. Like from my point of view is I work with and socialize with a lot of local women in all the places that I've lived and traveled in, right? And so I know women who've been in this industry, I guess you can call it, right? But it wasn't always necessarily by choice. Like you look at
Wait,
the
wait. What
economic
industry?
situation,
What
huh?
industry?
I mean sex, like the sex
Okay,
tourism, the sex,
okay. I just wanted to make
yeah.
that
So
distinction.
like the thing is like sometimes like when you look at the economic situation in the country, a lot of women are kind of like forced into that thing, right? Into that space where of obviously is opportunity. I'm not saying like every woman is a victim to the, is a slave to it or whatever, but like what the problem is today is it's a thing that's like people are being taken advantage of. People are coming and taking advantage. And so it's clear in a place like Colombia where you see a lot of sex tourism. And again, it's been happening for years, right? But like it becomes a problem when it's like exploitative, right? And this is a thing today. Like it's like sex slavery does exist, you know what I mean? And we don't talk about it a lot. I think we do look at it from a point of like people just want to get their rocks off, right? And it's like, well, really, people trying to get fed and stuff too, you know what I mean? I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like it's like a very big issue with the insensitivity of it all as well. And then on top of that, a lot of these girls are girls, like they're not even grown women, right? Like so that's a problem too. And so you really got to look at like the issues as well. Like it's not just about going and getting your rocks off. So I just wish that it was different in that sense.
It's the packaging.
Right. It's complex. It's complex
It's
because
complex, yeah.
yeah.
The packaging has a lot to do with it though, because take that out, right? If you would say, and I think all of us would say that irresponsible tourism is going to Colombia and being like, oh, this only cost me $5. Everybody come here, and it's really $1 product, and everybody is actually coming here because that is what the package is. And then that's what, at least from my feedback, is locals are like, you guys are positioning the cost effectiveness in a way where it's rapidly hurting people that aren't as responsible as you, because they're just coming here saying, oh, I paid $2,000 for all of this, and not having the full context of it. So when you talk about packaging the way that they're packaging, everything is ladies are on sale. I'm putting cameras in people's faces, and they're not even blurring people's stuff. Like everything has to do with packaging. So even with, never mind sexual tourism, but just that irresponsible tourism of this is how much things cost and throwing money. I threw $100.
So are you saying that they're driving up the price of the box? Or what are you saying?
I don't know what the price of
The
the box
cost of the
is
box
from
is
the sale
rising.
or the
What-
MSRP.
What do you-
Oh Lord. The price of the cost of living, the cost of everything. How about
It's
It's
rising.
just
No, but in this context, I'm trying to see where we're going with this. We're talking about
They
gentrifying.
definitely increased the
Are we
price.
gentrifying the corners?
no. We are. They probably are
They are.
gentrifying,
Are we
running up the cost, the price of this.
Are we
Yeah,
gen-
because you got
have we
them saying
gentrified the
200
clock tower?
pesos and the guys is giving them 200 USD. They don't even know. So they
Yeah.
giving them 200 USD and it's supposed to be 200 pesos. But
So
hey,
we
I don't know nothing about it.
gentrified the clock tower. We gentrified the clock tower. Is that what y'all saying?
In
They
every way.
gentrified the clock towers.
In
Oh,
every way.
wow.
oh Lord.
But
That
it's
is-
so many different aspects of it. It's like it's no way you can make it better, right? Because there has to be a government thing that happens, and
Yeah.
then there has to
Y'all
be
actions.
a different aspect of tourism. Because what people, if people really look, there's a lot of dope shit to do here, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Other than just doing that. And one thing I know from
So
from
much.
having clients for the last 3 years, they come over here popping, ready, and in 3 to 6 months they are drained mentally. They are hurt. They feel like the whore, right? And they're like, I just want a regular girl. I just want somebody
That's
who really
what they
like.
listen.
They
you don't know.
look, y'all.
Columbia
I
chewed
can.
you
I
up.
swear. Y'all, I can
And-
timeline it. I can timeline it. I be like looking at them when they first come. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
That
this is why I want them to come on and speak, because I want to
Speak
have
for
this
yourself.
conversation.
right? Come on, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna have
want-
some fun that
I
day.
want-
I don't know
Because
anybody
I've
off
met,
the
and
top
I
of
say
my
that because I've met some guys who come, they complain about the woman where they live, wherever they live.
Correct.
They complain about the woman at home. And then they come here
Yeah.
and can't even get it right. So I want to know, was somebody from your community, Passport People, I'm speaking directly to you, Passport People,
Mhm.
is somebody,
Community behind me.
is somebody going to tell us what's going on? Is
Show yourself.
you? Is anybody going to be accountable? Is anybody going to take responsibility?
Mhm.
Is anybody going to be accountable and say, hey, I can't get along with the woman in my neighborhood, so I come here. I can't get along with the woman here either, so it must be me. Is anybody going to say that?
Yeah.
No,
Is
literally,
anybody
listen,
going
they
to
tell
say,
me their
"I'm
business.
listening"?
They be telling me their business. So trust me, this is a part of it because this is a conversation that I've had with several people. They get here and get to pay for it, and they don't have to work on themselves. They don't have to worry about being emotionally mature. Like women are women anywhere you go. Like my
Period.
homegirls that are
That's what I'm
in my
trying to. That's
local
why I'm
friends
done
You
here,
preaching.
my local
You
friends
preaching. I'm about to
anywhere
cash that.
in Africa that I've been, anywhere in Southeast Asia, anywhere
That's
I've been,
that
women are women. We have needs. You have to communicate with us, right, in a certain way. And the thing is like, that's why I said when people get to take advantage, you think you just get to pay for it and like, oh, submission. You're not like, because I'm paying for stuff, and it's like you don't know, you ain't got no game
And
there.
then
You
would
ain't
be
gonna have
mad
no
if
game
somebody in
here.
America only wanted them for their money. But then come
Exactly.
here and be like, hold on, sis, I got you. What you need?
Because it's cheaper. But
You got
you
how many
got
little boys
unhealed.
at home?
Is this a deja vu? Did I already talk about them? Or talking about somebody being a gold digger in the United States, then you fly to Colombia.
And
Not
trick.
only are you taking care of her,
The mama,
You are actually a
Grandmama.
family man.
her man is getting the
Trick is
check.
tricking.
her man,
Her
yes,
man is getting the
Her
check.
man too.
her man
Her
too.
Her man
children,
took her to
her
Western Union to
parents,
pick up the money. sir.
Yo, I can tell
Like,
y'all so many stories. Oh my God.
They gonna get us
Oh,
banned. They don't want to hear this, man. They gonna get us
but you
banned.
got
They gonna be
unhealed
like,
men.
cut the
You have
feed, cut the feed.
no, listen, that's what
you
it is. That's
you have
what it is,
unhealed
though.
men just coming here unhealed. And nothing's gonna change. Like my first year of being here and helping people move and stuff, I used to defend it so much. I used to be like, the fuck you mean we black women? Da, da, da." I used to get so angry, and now I just be quiet. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be quiet
yeah,
because
yeah,
in less than 6 months, 3 months, 9 times out of 10, if they really partying a lot, 6 months of they partying and chilling, they contact me like, I just need a regular girl.
You
I
ain't
just
Teach
got
me
want
no
a
to
regular
regular
read.
girls
girl.
for me.
go
That's
I,
the thing.
I
home,
don't
I've
want
heard
no
that
I
so
don't
many
want to
times.
keep paying
Every
for
go
it.
woman.
I
home,
feel like they
go
using
home.
me. I feel like they this and they just so jealous. Oh, and then this happened, and I caught some guy in the phone. Oh, you thought she loved you? Oh,
But you
oh,
come here leading with your pocket.
damn.
That's the thing. It's like anywhere, even back in the States. I tell guys like who talk about having dating problems back in the States, right? Or anywhere that they are. You leave with your pocket. What are you expecting?
It's
Like,
Yeah.
if
always
you
gonna
can't even
happen
keep that
I
up, you're not
worldwide.
even
yeah.
thoughtful. Like it, like we appreciate thoughtful men, right? First of all, right? Like, so you just leaving with your pocket. Okay, this looked like tricking to me. Tricking that look, it looked like tricking anywhere. So again, you talk about not wanting to take somebody to dinner in the States because it costs more. Just because you can afford it more here, don't mean it ain't the same system. You tricking. Tricking is tricking. So
And that
don't expect like you. That's what the game is. So
Pimping
you
all over
dealing
the
with
world, ain't that right?
prostitution. You're going. It's a transaction. It's a transaction
and
every
y'all
Yeah.
day.
have you
Why?
have no
Why do you
idea.
think? And it be the crusty. It be the crustiest ones. First of all, you ain't got no game. You ain't
They
got
be
the game.
big.
You
Okay,
They
like
you
be
just
like,
boo,
paying
boo, boo,
for
boo,
it.
boo.
Like you don't even have the culture, but like you don't to not even have the cultural awareness to know that that's even the local men are expected to take care of the families and stuff as well, right? What make you think you can come somewhere and not even be with the cultural norms and you come in getting all the benefits? Like that don't even make sense.
but girl, they don't
Why is
never.
this young hot 20 something with your
Quick
crusty
question.
self and you it for not like not for what you can do for her? It's a
Now, y'all,
transaction. You get to
we
have a pretty little thing, pretty young thing on your arm, and she's getting herself taken care of. Like that's the transaction. Get with
Yeah.
it. You come here for the game, play the game.
And
this is
she's not yours. It's just your
I don't
turn.
get it.
this the mic drop. This the mic drop. Anybody listening? Have any one of us, and we've had years abroad, have any one of us seen a success story?
I mean,
I have seen grown men
what
in tears
with
Well,
before I
not
have
No,
seen a
no,
success
no,
story.
no. Yes or no?
No,
Has any one of them
wait
have
with what?
ever
With like
no.
stayed
no, not
years?
this way. No, this way. No, no,
Never. And
no.
I promise you, y'all, within the first 30 days, they like, I love her. She loved me. She took me to meet her family. She did
Papicito, mi
this,
amor.
and we're gonna get married. Do you know how many guys get girls pregnant here? Like that is a big thing out here. Like
I heard
I'm
it.
just, and then they come to me, and I'm just like, what the fuck? The first thing they like, I need a nanny. I need this. I need that. And I'm like, well, what happened? How did this even happen? And I'm like, y'all just out
Lord
here, y'all are out here raw dogging. Like, I'm just,
raw,
if I
raw,
could ever write a book,
diving, deep diving.
I see why you don't
but
want to open this door,
This
Akeem,
would
because
be.
yeah,
this
don't open this door. I'm going back.
This would be. This is good.
I'm
This
just
is
saying,
this is
like, no,
good travel
I
novels
really
material
seriously.
here.
yeah,
I'm
you
not
could be
saying
like the
nothing else.
Zane
I'm
of like
telling you, but
travel
Especially
novels, bro.
it's such a real thing though.
Brother
Yeah.
soldier.
It's such a, but I feel like I think really like we were talking just to, in all seriousness though, like people really need to consider because a baby is serious, even if the baby is in a whole nother country, right? Like I know folks going to christenings and stuff. Like you in a whole, you don't even know this. What you do? Well, honestly, they be doing it back at home too. So I don't know. I wouldn't can't even ask. Would you do that back? Some of them will.
Boy,
So I don't know. But it's like a
I've
thing
seen a lot.
seriously, but I think it is a thing where you're not even thinking logically, right? Because I hear so many men I have another opinion. Like, I don't see anything so spectacular. Like, you ain't ever seen beautiful women back in the States or any other country, right? Like, however, whatever, to each their own. That's what I hear a lot of them say. They just seem to be so like, oh my God, it's beautiful women everywhere, right? Like, you ain't never seen beautiful women in your life. It's the fact that, first of all, consider where you're going. A lot of them, you're in those areas where that activity is there. You ain't getting your normal, like my local friends don't hang out there. So where you meeting these girls, like that's a given. They know that you're coming here for that. You're in those areas for that, right? So it's like you ain't pulling baddies here and there just because you ain't even spoke yet, right? Like they coming up to you, right? It's the game, it's the transaction, right? So like either you're here for, again, it's not to shame people having to pay for sex. Like that's been a thing. It's one of the oldest professions, right? Like we know that. We're not gonna do away with that. That's not the issue, is paying for it. But like they, again, having children, trying to marry and can't understand, well, why did this? She still
don't know the language. I'm like, how y'all doing all this and you don't need no Spanish?
You don't know the language. Sorry,
the homies, they kill me with that. Like, I got the translator. I'm like, yo, that translator is like a lick. You might as well be like, I am a tourist. Like, nah, I can translate everything she's saying.
Listen,
I can talk right
I've been
to
on a
it.
date
like,
and had to use a translator very early on. It was so stressful. I was like, this is not like, I was able to communicate, you know what I mean, like more, but like the other person was not able to communicate at all and was like using a translator the whole time. And I'm like, oh no, this is like,
I would just say,
stressful.
guys,
How are
be
they
smart.
doing? I don't get
be
it.
smart, guys. Just be smart. There's so much more you can do to have a great time here in Colombia. I tell all my clients, look, there's women with respectable jobs. Like they're at the mall, they're at the bank, they're in Tigo, they're in Claro. You know, like you can come here and then
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You can come here and get shown an amazing time. You don't even have to be thinking about, is your life in jeopardy, right? Because I don't even understand how y'all even focus in this Russian roulette. I wouldn't even be able to get hard. Like I would just be paranoid. Like, is she moving? Is she touching my cup? Is she cooking something? Like what? You know, like I would not even be able to focus. So I don't even know how y'all do that. Y'all are militant.
And that's the point. They're not thinking. And that's
I don't know what y'all doing, but I would just say this.
That does that would go in their city and go to the worst part of the city, because that's where they selling it at, the worst part of the city, and be like, let me go take something home to where I lay my head at, my watch, a picture of my mama is sitting right here. Like, they would never do that. They would say, I'm losing it. But then they go out here and
Get this though. I hear like I said, people be telling me their business, right? Like I didn't know. I've known so many people who've gotten drugged and like, or known somebody who's gotten drugged, right? And they will be, again, why are you inviting strangers? Multiple, right? Because you can afford it. So you're getting multiple, right? Like in your home, in your bed, that's whatever. But they be like, oh, they got five girls they ain't never met, just
damn, Will
the club, fixing a drink.
5 at a time.
They're fixing their drinks. they're like, hey, we got the bottles in there. Fix the drinks.
Breaking all the rules.
All the rules.
Not a whole
breaking all the rules.
Out bad.
No dog papaya.
And every Colombian woman is not bad. So y'all listening to this video, don't think all the women in Colombia is bad.
No, we're only talking about working girls right now.
We're talking about people you meet on the
street. You're going there for that though.
And here's the other piece that the guys traveling here don't realize. Most of those working girls work for a cartel, work for a gang, that they have to bring back something or they get beat.
So they're going to be yelling and arguing with people
We need to make this an entire episode. Just
it might say somebody
all the warning signs. We really need to, because a lot of people are hurting. All of the do's and don'ts. We need an episode. I believe that would be helpful. That would be very useful, because people are coming and doing all the wrong things. people think, so sometimes people have this mindset, well, I'm on vacation, so everything here is for my pleasure.
Yep.
And that's not the case.
And then he on the resort.
Tourist district, and everything outside of the tourist district is similar to the way you live at home. And it's the way you live at home. Nobody comes up to you at work and takes pictures of you. Nobody comes up to you at work. You know, even where I live in a cul-de-sac. If I see anybody walking in a cul-de-sac that doesn't live here, I'm going to question, hey, you okay? You know? So it's the same thing. When you're abroad in other people's neighborhoods, when you leave the tourist zone, you're out of the arc of safety. You're no longer in Wonderland. You're no longer in vacation area. You ventured into residential spaces. So you have to govern yourself accordingly and respect those spaces. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have. Like you said, the guys going and seeing regular Colombian women and assuming that they can just talk to them any kind of way. That's crazy. It's insane. So I think we need to make those distinctions, the do's and the don'ts. I think as temporary Colombian residents, foreigners or whatever, or people who occupy space in Colombia, I think that we should at least dedicate some time to the do's and don'ts and the traps, the pitfalls, all the things that we know. I think we should really commit some serious time to that. You know, and this is just me speaking. You know, I'm not speaking for everybody. But
I do it, but I want to put out a disclaimer. I ain't got nothing to do with y'all do sexually. I would just say that. I'm just saying respectfully, be careful.
Yes.
Be safe.
There's
Be
a safe
smart.
way to do it. There's a safe way to do it. And I just want to make sure that, because I'm not judging anybody. And, you know, you're going to do it, whether you do it here or Thailand or Dominican Republic. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it responsibly. And we can save people a lot of trouble. The amount of people I meet just on the street in Colombia, and I'm talking, and they're like, yeah, I met a nice girl out here. And I'd be like, you met on Tinder? Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'd be like,
you better off being at Frisbees, bro.
And I'd be like, well, these are the rules. As long as you follow these rules, you'll be straight. And they be looking at me like, damn, I already broke all those rules. I let 2 of them come to my room. You never let them come more than 2 at a time. If it's 2 women, it should be 2 guys. Yeah, we drink together. What the? Come on, bro. She ain't asked me for no money. She asked you for a phone, didn't she? Yeah, man.
Her grandma gonna be sick next week too, bro.
Yeah, so she needed money for
She got robbed. Yeah. They took her phone and her money.
Yes.
Sickest grandma.
And they be looking at me with the, you know, when a kid get caught in that look, that guilty child look, they be looking at me like, damn. And I'd be like, yo, you lucky that that's all that happened to you, bro.
Yep. Or don't forget the uniforms and the kids need the stuff for school.
Yeah.
Don't look.
You doing the back to school drive and you the sole sponsor?
It's so much, y'all. I be dying laughing. Like, I swear to God, the last time I was in Medellin, one of my clients got drugged, bringing 2 girls to his house. I'm up there with Miss Chalet, getting my hair done. And I'm like, why y'all calling me? It's nothing I can do. But I did his visa, so I had all his insurance documents. But it's just like, no one's being smart. Like, I tell all my clients, make them take a shower. Make them take a shower.
You wearing the water?
Like, it's so many different things you can do this to have safety. But again, guys, come to Colombia and have fun, y'all. This is a spiritual place. You can do a lot of detoxing here. You can elevate yourself. You can work on yourself. There's so many other things to do besides that. And yeah, like it never ends well. It just never.
Yeah.
No success stories.
I have not met one fucking story. I swear to God. And you know, how many men out there be like, I'm in love and we're in love and she this and she that. And I be like, yeah, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I don't argue with nobody no more. You're not knowing my frequency. Girl, I wish y'all the best.
Because they always
exactly. I wish y'all the best.
They always come back and be like, RJ, bro, I don't know what it is. It's like I can't seem to find a regular girl. Like, you know, it ain't no regular like women out here. And I'm like, where
Yeah,
do you go, bro? Like, I see regular women all of the time. I don't see
every
any
day.
of the women that you are
Listen,
contacting.
and I don't introduce him to none of the ladies I know.
Nope. Oh,
I
introduce
you
me.
can
No.
you are not getting into my no.
Oh,
You will
man.
not do this to my sisters.
Mm-mm.
That part.
You will
That
not
part.
listen. You will not make a mess over here.
Right, because
Nah,
I gotta live here. You on vacation, so you acting up.
exactly. No. Yo, hook me up. Hook me up. Nah. I'm
No,
saying look here.
literally. It's
So
like
you,
it's
if you see this when you meet me, I want you to see this and hear this before you even meet me. The answer is no. You will not.
I knew that was
Yeah.
coming.
I'm not putting.
No.
And I know some beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
Black Colombian women, educated, um, you know, very independent, very secure. Oh man, the the works like Black queens, and I would never, never.
Never.
So don't even ask me.
Yeah.
Don't
Never.
ask.
Y'all got
Yo,
to do
who
the
that?
work on
Yo, who
yourself.
that in the picture?
Nope.
right.
Nah,
Don't even.
Blurring everybody's face out from going on out.
nah.
Nah,
Okay,
that's
this
real, man.
this the last thing I'm gonna say. So have y'all heard about the mustard?
The mustard.
That Duke, wait, no, that's not. I'm talking about Dubai chocolate. What is mustard? What you talking about?
Wait, what is this? What is this?
I know it's
So
bad. I know
evidently,
it's bad. It's bad.
there's a
It's
lot of
bad.
STDs and sexually transmitted things happening. And quote unquote, if you use this certain type of mustard, certain brand, after you have, it takes the disease away. I'm not a guy. I'm just telling y'all what I know.
Listen,
Oh Lord.
listen. They actually have something called
I'm not lying. I swear to God.
doxy. No, there's medicine called doxypep or something like that that you
Don't
take.
tell him that. It's, don't tell him that. Lord.
He gonna be
There's
like,
medicine.
you say that
If
one
you're
more time,
going
brother. You
wrong,
put it in the comments.
That's
if
gonna
you're
be like
going
Plan
wrong,
B.
go see your doctor and have your doctor prescribe you
Oh Lord.
doxy. If I think I'm saying this correctly, it's called doxypep, and it is a cocktail of doxycycline, and it's something to prevent you from catching an STD.
Oh Lord. Don't
Well, I don't know.
you don't need a
Now,
that's gonna be like a honey pack. That's gonna be the new honey pack around here.
No,
Girl,
it
no, the
that-
needs to be
mustard,
though.
the mustard is
It
the new
needs to
honey
be.
pack.
It needs to be. It needs to be. It needs
They
to
gonna
Y'all are
start
throwing a
selling
lot of
combos with
Hold on,
buzzwords
honey
out
let
pack
here.
and
me Google
mustard.
this
Mustard,
real quick.
honey pack.
Y'all know,
Doxypep.
y'all know y'all part of them group chats. Y'all be
Yo, I got a funny story about that honey pack stuff because I know we got to wrap up. And this is why I was like, yo, this PB life, the peanut butter and jelly life is just, it's just. I told y'all I'm already allergic to peanut butter, so
All
like
the
that just goes
condiments.
right hand to hand. So my boys came down and I link up with them and we're at this we're at the crib and I hear something. And you know how like you that sound you make when you open it up like a ketchup packet trying to get it all to the bottom? But I hear it, but I hear like multiple of them like
Lord.
what's going on over here? So I go into because I was sitting there, I think I was on the phone. So I went into the room at the
Y'all was all in the
kitchen.
same room together?
No, it was a big ass house, bro. It was a big ass house. Like I was in a living room and they were in the kitchen. So I hear this and I'm like, what is going on in there? They're like, all right, because I know we're about to go out. Now, I don't go to Parque Yeras, but these are my folks. So I was like, all right, we're gonna go. Man, they had the packs out. And it was like this was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life because not only was it like 4 folks with 4 packs, everybody was taking it. And I'm like, we have gotten too far from God's grace because why is everybody sitting around taking turn up medication that ain't for nobody but you and 2 people? I've seen it all when it comes to this stuff because this Colombia, I'm sure it goes on in Thailand, wherever the other places are that they have this. It's like an epidemic, man.
Well, my thing is
It's like the most outrageous thing I've seen.
Practice some discipline. Practice some discipline because why are y'all in y'all 30s honey pack on the medicines. I mean,
Now that's
It's the
now they on
quality
the
of
Yeah,
medicine
yo,
because
what
it's the
y'all gonna do
food.
when y'all 60?
slow
the
down,
No,
quality
right?
no,
of
no,
food.
no, they
Drink,
on the
drink some
medicine,
green
y'all,
green
because of the
juice.
food in America. Like the food in America, all the stuff that happened to us in America has got everybody
Top
on the medicine.
ramen, oodles, and noodles are bad
Yeah,
for you guys.
that's why
So
they on the
it's
Stop.
medicine.
causing
Stop eating.
erectile dysfunction.
Yep, I know 25-year-olds that take pills. Like that, everybody is it's an epidemic back home. Girls can't get pregnant, men can't stay hard. The erections are different. That's why that pharmaceutical arena is so big, right? You see honey here in the carts with the cigarette
I
men
asked
rolling
them, what was
around.
that? Why you have a honey? Like,
Really?
why are you eating this? They're like, well, you can't get nothing else, and this is legal for me to get because I can't get nothing else. Go to the
We're
gas
too
station.
over sexualized. We're
Damn,
too
I
over
feel
sexualized.
lost. I
We don't
feel
have a
lost.
clue what sex is anymore. Everybody thinks sex is so fluid.
I have no
And
frame of reference here. I'm out of. I have no idea
Right.
what you guys are
I've never,
talking.
I actually
This
did
is a
not
whole. This is
Don't go in the
foreign to
gas
me.
station asking for a
I
honey
haven't,
pack. They gonna be like, oh, hey, you got a date tonight.
yes, Michelle, they got honey for the ladies too, girl.
I haven't seen any of these products.
What
I
does
need
it do for the ladies? What
I
does
don't
it
know.
Pink,
I've never took it. I do
the pink
have one in
pills.
my house, but I've never taken it. Swear to God. But I'll take it and tell y'all,
You
but
better
I've never
check the
taken
Yeah,
it.
take
expiration
it and
date
tell
on that
us. Take
joint.
it and tell
You
us.
better
I'm
check the
curious.
expiration.
I need to check the expiration date. But
If
no,
you got
y'all.
5 months past Valentine's Day, I don't know when you
oh
done put
Lord.
that joint.
This nigga, wow.
Yes. But no, and then in Colombia too, so much stuff is readily available. I mean, you can get stuff delivered to your door. Like
Yeah,
Bro,
it's
they
you
got
don't even need a
Viagra cartons
prescription.
like
All of the
cigarette
stuff
packs.
that you need prescription for here,
you
you can get
that
over the
part
counter in
too.
Colombia. Oops, I
Yeah.
should have said that.
I'm saying, y'all, we
One of
about to
your
have a
listeners,
whole
one of the listeners is
pharmaceutical.
gonna make a buy flight right now to get his.
That's gonna be the next thing. They
Brother
look, you
said
can already get
Doxy,
Plan B
Prep,
for $14
and
on
Viagra. You
Rappi.
give him
Well,
a
they used to
Yo,
cocktail.
they
call
got
people.
Plan B.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah, they
I
got
had to.
look. Birth
Oh,
control,
I
but
need
that's
a.
been a thing. Like even when I lived in Egypt, right?
Everything.
When I lived
Oh
in
my
Egypt,
gosh.
I had a friend there who would buy the birth control in Egypt, right? Because anywhere else, it's really just the US and probably some other places, right, who like really try to capitalize on the pharmaceuticals. But a lot of this, all this stuff exists everywhere else, right? They got the same medicines, they're just called something else.
Right,
And my
right.
friend in Egypt would go when because we lived there in Cairo, that she would buy a whole bunch of birth control because women in the States, first of all, couldn't even afford, like it was more expensive, right? So she would just load up when she would travel back to the States and like be able to give her homegirls birth control.
Bruh.
Wait
A
a
lot
minute.
of the
Hold up. In the States?
From Egypt to the States because she
Oh,
would buy
oh,
it
oh.
cheaper. She would be able to get it cheaper in the States. So obviously, similar to here, with a lot of people's medications, you come for all types of things, right? You can come and get them cheaper abroad
Oh
than
yeah.
Interesting.
Nah, I didn't know about that because I'm not in that life. But I had a group of girls come and she's like, I need to get a Plan B, and I'm like, alrighty, I can go to the store.
Plan B
Nah, I was in
in
Cartagena and
Colombia?
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're
So
on
like me trying to describe Plan B because it's not called Plan B, I got like terminal baby, like, and he was looking at me like, what are you
Sin,
talking
baby.
about, bro? Like,
Plan, plan
Cantala
B.
un
Sin,
baby,
baby.
amigo. Come on. No mas, baby. But we
No
finally
mas.
figured out.
baby.
And I was like, bro, they got everything over the counter here.
Yes.
Everything. Yes.
The first week I moved here, y'all, I went and got so much shit. I'm talking about I was buying all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna say on live. But yeah, you can really walk up and people used to call me too and be like, I'm coming down to get Ozempica, but I would never even let them come because I don't believe in stuff like that. But yeah, you can pretty much walk in and get anything at the pharmacy, pretty much do anything at the doctor. Like it's just
They got Ozempic out there?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing
Quality.
live be do, y'all. I'm doing Ozempic trips.
Ah!
No.
I'm
I
joking.
don't.
I'm lying. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
Colombia
But it's here.
immigration is like,
But it's here. It's
All
here.
right.
It's here.
check that brother's bag. He's a little heavy.
Oh,
Apparently,
they
we have
take it
going.
back. They take it back.
Apparently, we have gone. Sonia said we've gone from expat travel to OnlyFans type info. Who is raw talking people? They need to sit down.
Yeah, y'all, we
Sonia,
be.
you right. They need to sit
Welcome
down.
to Roots and Routes.
Yeah.
Yes,
If
these
you
Where
are
want the
the,
more
everything
the routes
starts.
that
formal,
we're.
if you want the more formal meeting, come July 12th. In this one, everything goes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything.
we got to have real conversations because people are not having these conversations. People are like sitting
Yeah.
in there. They want to keep just scrolling past it, not getting any real clarity behind some of these things that we are seeing when we go on the news, when we go on our TikTok or Twitter, whatever the case is. We have to take some leadership with this, which is why this entire platform exists. We have all successfully lived abroad for quite some time. But
Yes.
the reach back is the opportunity to say, hey, y'all might be looking, but this is what it's like. But this is also what it's like from a perspective of, yes, this is what we do here, but also what you may think from a different perspective once you leave and looking back into the United States, which a lot of people aren't even ready to start thinking because they like, let me just get there. But we want to give you guys some sort of balanced conversation, whether it's as lighthearted as the peanut butter and jelly boys, or it's something as serious as like, how do we become better travelers? I think we kind of went through a lot of these things tonight. But one thing I will do, because this is our first one that everybody can see what is going on behind the screens. So I ask you guys, for those that are live, for those that may be watching this a little bit later, drop the comments. Let us know what y'all want to see. Let us know what y'all want to hear more about.
Yeah,
We always
absolutely.
want to give you the stuff, but I
Mhm.
want some feedback.
Yeah.
Passport Bros, Akeem wants to see you here. He
Yeah,
needs you
come
here.
on, come on. And not the ones, listen, let me, I want to make this clear. If you believe that black women are the source of your problems, I don't want to hear from you.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear from you.
I'm not letting him on the
I want
platform.
to
I
hear
got the
from,
box.
I want to hear from passport bros who are passport bros. You know, I want to, who are accountable, take accountability, who are not ashamed of what they do and why they do it, and are, just open and available to talk about it. Point blank. Period. I don't want
That part.
excuses. I don't want to hear your excuses. Why? I don't want to hear it. If it's a trauma response, I don't want to hear it.
Correct.
I don't
Correct.
want to hear it.
That's real.
And if
That's
you
real.
wear Tim's and your pants say, we don't want to hear it. Sorry. Sorry.
You just described somebody from the 90s in New York.
No, I see them in immigration in Cartagena. Oh my gosh. In Medellin. I'm like, oh, poor ladies. Oh God.
Or because
Yeah.
oh Lord, why? And now on the other hand, there are some. I'm like Howard. I really feel bad for a lot of them. Like that you even as a profession, like to have to deal with certain because it
My
has to be
God.
policy. We ain't doing it. How? I would be like puking. Like
Okay, but no, seriously, y'all, July 12th, we're going to have the relocation conference. It's going to be real information, all facts. Let us know in the comments if what you want us to talk about there as well. We got time to get it together for y'all. This next call is going to be a lot better. But hey, look, this is what we do. We have a good time. We're in good spirits. Some of y'all think we over here stressed out. Ain't we fake smiling on the camera? No, we have a good freaking time. I myself would not come back to America, not right now. I'm probably sure everybody else is on this call is thinking the same thing. We'll do whatever we
Not
got to do.
never.
Yeah.
Okay, so America will have to take an amazing reset before any of us will come back. So we're definitely going to show you guys more of the back end, the behind the scenes. We're going to get better at this, but we love our rants, y'all. We really care for each other and we really believe in what we're doing. We're really giving people a second hope, a second chance at life. So thank y'all for joining our our shit show. But come back next week. We're gonna be right here talking smack. Hopefully, we got a PB. I just learned out what PB was today too, on the show, so we can just have a little dialogue.
That
Yes.
is real, yo. I
Yes.
appreciate
Yes.
everybody. Make sure
Yes.
y'all going to Mood Travel Columbia. That's 2 O's in Mood, 2 O's in Columbia.com. Today is the last day for Super Early Bird. $30 gets you general access. VIP, I believe, starts at think it's 65 for super early bird. So you guys are going to go to moodtravelcolumbia.com. We gonna only have myself, Rotisha will be there, Michelle will be there. We've got immigration lawyers, healthcare. We've got parents with kids to tell you how to live abroad. Like, we're giving you all of the things that you probably are thinking of, just a little bit more, because we go above and beyond where we try to bring something collective to you. So thank you for all of y'all time. My
Good stuff.
co-hosts, thank y'all for always tuning in. Shout out to the Black Travel Expo. Welcome
Sure.
back. Akeem, for shout out to you for being a participant in that, and shout out to
Yeah,
Maurice for
yeah. Shout out to Maurice. Thanks for sharing this platform with us. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. You guys are going to see more of us. Make sure you guys are like, sharing, and subscribing, and we will talk to you soon.
All right.
Ciao, guys.